Hi, my name is Paula and I'm the Learning and Teaching Advisor from the Faculty of Health and Social Care. I'm here just to talk a little bit about ground rules and what sorts of things to bear in mind when working with a new group of students, the sorts of rules you'd like to make with a group. So there's some very practical things like timekeeping and punctuality. What sorts of times are the classes going to start? What time will they finish? And setting an expectation that everybody will be in the room at the same time for the duration of the class. Quite important when people have domestic commitments that they have to maintain. Another example would be mobile phones. What sorts of agreements are you going to come to about using mobile phones in a classroom? So, for example, in my work, we usually come to an agreement that the phone will be on vibrate or be on silent, and really only used in the case of emergencies. Otherwise, wouldn't really expect to see a group using mobile phones. Absence reporting. How are students going to report their absence? Through usual university mechanisms, or also maybe through a buddying system that you might set up in a group. And having both systems usually means that you as the tutor do know where people are on any particular day. The other thing I have to make sure that students know is about my availability. When am I around other than when I'm standing in front of them in the class? And I can manage that through email or through WebCT, but it does seem quite important that they know the times that you might be available for that kind of communication. In terms of actually learning together as a group, students and yourself may want to think about how you're going to share the learning space. How are people going to listen to each other? Are you going to come to some agreement about not interrupting each other? Some agreement about students all participating rather than perhaps there being silent members in the room? What about challenging ideas and being critical friends to other people so that it's not personalised, that that's a rubbish idea you've put out there, but talking about the idea rather than the person? Very important aspects of learning in a group and needing to create an environment in which that's possible. In my work, challenge also leads into looking at determining how matters of racist or discriminatory language are going to be managed in a classroom. So often when I set up ground rules with students, we spend quite a lot of time looking at how we will deal with offensive, racist, discriminatory language. And finally, well, not finally, but another aspect would be confidentiality. Quite often students will bring things into a room that are about confidential matters. How will that be managed? Obviously, it seems to me that they need to be able to take the ideas out of the room, but not the detail. And it's very important that people don't name names and name organisations, but speak generally. So that's just a starting point, but there's a lot more behind all of this.